This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of The Lord of the Rings of Power, Episode 7, The Eye. And I think this episode was okay. It had a lot of, I feel like, just dumb decisions to have artificial tension with both Isildur and Celeborn being presumed dead, and with it, we know that both will be alive since Celeborn makes it to the Lord of the Rings, and we know that. Well, we also know that Isildur is going to be the one who will eventually remove the ring from Sauron's finger, and with that, he will also be a descendant of Aragorn, and it's his bloodline that continues on to him. So with this, I'm not really sure why they even decided to do that because both of them will be alive. I feel like the Celeborn thing is at least to have him separated from Galadriel. And although the Isildur thing is setting up some interesting stuff with his father starting to question everything and go into depression, I think that it's a choice they didn't need to make. And then there's the Harfoot story, and with that, I feel like it wasn't all that necessary for it to be that in depth. I feel like they could have had a little less, but there is the cult, and that looks like it's going to be interesting to see what they're doing and how they'll bring Sauron back. And then the renaming of the Southlands into Mordor. I feel like it was fine. I think that they, could have had maybe a better way where Adar actually goes and decides on the name of Mordor. And the thing just with the text changing. I think it was fine, but they definitely could have done it differently. There's stuff with Elrond and Durin, and I think it is going to be interesting to see how they go with it and to see if the other Durin is going to die soon so they could go and mine everything. I feel like Durin would not murder his father, but I feel like something is going to happen, and I'm not sure what it will be. And yeah, honestly, I feel like this episode it was just a lot of setup for both the finale and for future seasons. It didn't do, at least until these changes are cemented, anything that would change too much. As I said, unless they say Isildur is actually dead, which is extremely unlikely since he's such a major character in this age, and although Celeborn could be dead, then that would change a lot since it doesn't seem that Galadriel has a daughter yet who would marry Elrond, and this would lead to the birth of Arwen, and that would change a lot in Aragorn's story since he wouldn't have her with him, and it could change, some decisions, although not as extreme. But if they are trying to tie it into Jackson's films, that changes a lot more. And it still has significant changes on the book, but in the movies, Arwen was made to be a far more significant character. Yes, I think that they did a terrible job, and with it, I'm still interested to see where they will go with it. I wonder what they are going to do in the finale, and almost certainly Sauron has to show up, and I'm not sure how he will show up, but I just know he will because Sauron has to be in the show, and with it, I am interested to see how it will go, and just to see how it will continue, but I want to know what you think. Do you think the changes were a little too extreme? I feel like they aren't yet because most of the changes here are basically made for some artificial tension, and I just feel like they're not going to be killing off, well, two characters that we know will live past this. And yeah, honestly, that's just really all I have to say. I'll have my review of Werewolf by Night up in about half an hour. And just let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.